Welcome to Learning Cycle Media 24/7. Today is the 24th of October 2029, 19 p.m. in England, United Kingdom. And then the conversation tonight is about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think digital ID is a good idea? If yes, no. If it's not, why no? Uh, I think myself, digital ID is coming up, as some of us know that, to control every single thing. If you say anything bad thing about government, you'll be punished. They will close all your bank account, your passport, your ID will be cancelled. You won't be able to travel. Okay, um, so you won't be able to travel. So yeah, digital ID. If you have any opinion, any idea about digital ID, you have opinion about it, please come up and talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Yeah, the conversation tonight is about digital ID. If you have any idea about digital ID, do you think digital ID is a good idea or bad idea? If it's a good idea, why? And if it's bad idea, why? Uh, Ijabi, uh, do you have any idea about digital ID in England? Uh, what do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea or do you think it's a bad idea? Uh, Ijabi and Imright, if you have any idea about digital ID, please come on and speak about it. Tell us why, if you think it's a good idea, why do you think it's a good idea? Uh, if you think it's a bad idea, why do you think it's a bad idea? Um, yeah, people, the conversation tonight is about digital ID in England, United Kingdom. Yeah, come on, people. This is something that will affect every single one of us. What do you think about digital ID? What do you think about digital ID? People, come on in. Share your idea about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If it's a good idea, why do you think it's a good idea? If it's not a good idea, could you tell us why it's not a good idea? Uh, the conversation tonight is about digital ID. Yeah, the conversation about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Come on in and speak about it. So nobody have nothing to say about digital ID. Uh, every single one of us in England will be affected by digital ID. So if you have any opinion about digital ID, do you think digital ID? Ambush, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Yeah, what do you think about digital ID? Antonio Pardo, bem-vindo, Antonio Pardo. Welcome, Antonio Pardo. Welcome. Scotland 456, welcome. Jose Isebi, welcome. Dan Miles, welcome. Come on, gents. Ladies and gents, come on in. If you have any idea about digital ID, please come on in and share your idea. Welcome back, CJ. Welcome back, CJ. How you doing today? You all right?
Okay, how are you?
How was your day today?
Nothing much.
All right.
How was your day?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, man. Been to gym, rest, and I'm back on doing this live again. And
Good.
as we know, that digital ID is already here, right? Now, if you want to apply for a job, this company called YOTI, to submit your document, you need to use them. They are private companies working for the government. So digital ID is in England already. So if you need to apply for a job, you need to use digital ID. Susan G, welcome. So TJ, do you have an idea about digital ID? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I heard I think what it was the day, 28?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I done just quick research. I think it says it was mandatory for students. So
Everybody. For everybody.
yeah, basically. But then even for the business people, even if you have
Every
Charlie,
single person.
every
Every
single
single
person.
person. Yeah. Basically, you will need the digital ID. If you don't accept it, you're not going to be able to work, and at some point, you're not going to be able to travel or get a flight because they will at some point they will get access to our bank account as well. Then yeah, if you say, for example, if you say anything bad thing about government or somebody that government support, they will basically shut you down. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to travel. And but yeah, that's the main idea about digital ID. So everything will be combined into one. Your salary will be combined. Your national insurance number, or your national insurance, your pension, every single thing will be included. So it will be just one platform where they can control what you're doing.
Globally.
Yeah. So it's a scary thing, but we need to talk about it because it's going to happen anyway. So if we don't talk about it, maybe some people's opinion might help with different ideas about what people can do. But as the prime minister said, there's no choice. You need to accept it.
Yeah,
So
that's why, the only thing left is, the Bible and prophecies and stuff. But I recently kind of struggle with, what is it called? Predestination?
okay, yes, yeah,
Because you said you was Christian.
yeah.
Yeah, what's it?
Someone who said was Christian or on the live.
No, last time you said you was Christian and then Muslim, but you
Yeah,
left, you question why, people, why they believe maybe you are in the same boat as me.
Well, yes, I left because I realized that I need to take time to think for myself, ask myself questions, to be able to ask questions to myself, right? Without having someone tell me, "Oh, don't ask questions, just listen and follow," right? So deciding to look after myself, after taking care of my mind, my spirituality, to find out who I am, because we need to find out who we are, right, in this life. But with religion, you was not allowed to do so. Okay. Myself moving on, trying different businesses, learning different things, dealing with reality on a daily basis, right? And questioning. I like to question things. If I
Mm.
cannot, if I can't exploit my mind, what's the point of living this life? You know, these are some of the questions I ask myself sometimes. You know, why should I just live my life, listen to people telling me what they think, what they should follow, should I think, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
so
why
I have
I
to. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, that's why I came to the conclusion that like everything leads to the Bible, because you know the Quran claims this. So I have to do the justice to read it in my. But I still struggle because I find it the same concept in the Bible and the Quran. Like there is
Yes.
predestination is there when you know God Almighty created everything. So where does the evil coming from? Who is in control of the evil? Because it's not like us. We always try to think like humans. Like if I load a gun and give it to my child, I don't know 100% what's gonna happen. 50-50, something bad or not. I don't know. But
Exactly. Yeah.
God is different. He knows what's gonna happen. Yes or no? But the issue is then I would accept everything. I would accept that okay, this is about actually well, sounds to me like okay, it's about the chosen ones, and when he speak about the Pharaoh, when he closed his heart, you know, it's just was test for the people of Israel for the okay, I can accept everything. It's basically like Matrix. Life is not real, and we're not gonna die. It's like hologram. Okay, I struggle with one thing. Why is he then blaming the people for sinning? If he in other verses says, you know, he's the one who is behind the evil, basically.
I mean, there's a good thing. You need to keep asking questions because sometimes asking questions, we might not find the right answer, but at least it's giving us opportunity to think outside the box. Because if we're not asking questions, if we're not trying to find, this is the question all I ask myself: what's the point living this life, right? What's the point just keeping the same mindset, like the iceberg? When will the iceberg melt? We don't know. So I don't want to be like that. I would like to exploit my mind, and that's what I've been doing, and I'm glad I've been doing it. Uh,
Yeah, definitely. So far, you know, I see that no one is actually following the right teachings, which is maybe good. Who knows? Even in the Islam, even in the Christianity, nobody's true Christian. They all, you know, everybody want to be chosen. I'm the one, but then all the ones who chosen they get you know finished.
yeah,
So yeah, so
but yeah, keep searching, brother. Keep asking questions, right? Like I say, do different things. For example, if you work a job, don't just work a job, right? Start a small business on the side, right? You don't need to do it full time, just something on the side, just to keep yourself occupied. Because you're exploiting your mind. Okay, you're doing something, and by trying some business, you will be learning different things about that business and then also about life. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. I've been searching, I've been asking questions, I've been trying different things. When I say different things, mostly business, to be honest. Um, but obviously, asking questions about everything about life is sometimes we can find someone older than us with the life experience that can tell us more or less what they think about our question. Right. So I will say that keep asking, keep searching. All right. Uh, but you never know. You know, Christianity, like you mentioned before, you might you might accept Christianity, or you might accept Jehovah Witnesses, you might accept Mormonism. This is if you're still looking for the right answer for the religion. But if it's not, just keep moving on, keep asking yourself questions, keep working on yourself. All right, that's the best
yeah,
thing to do.
yeah, I have to do the justice to read it myself. But the question is, you know, it's like if it's not true, if I know, you know, it's just because what does it do actually? It takes power away from you, the religion. It's like
It
God
is
wants,
exactly, yeah.
yeah, it's like be a good boy, and in the end, the road is death. Yeah, that's it's like the sacrifice, like the Jesus, whatever. That's what God wants. Yeah, but then there's the other side. Okay, if you find out this is not the truth, then what is the truth? Is it all subjective? It's just you know, it's my truth, and then you have your own truth. That's the another, you know.
Yeah. CJ, let me just play this Prime Minister of England talking about digital ID. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
A new free of charge. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So some people are
This government will make
some people was telling me, oh, this is not gonna happen. Well, if the Prime Minister himself spoke about it, I think people that are trying to deny it, they just can't accept it. But they don't have a choice. But yeah, people, if you know anything about digital ID, if you got any opinion about digital ID, do you think it's good or bad? If it's good,
I mean,
why? If it's bad, why? Come on in, people.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
go
have
ahead,
a
CJ. Go
choice.
ahead.
We have a choice, which again, kind of, you see, I cannot just let it go. It, again, come back to Christianity, which
Yes.
we have a choice. We have choice, but we are controlled by fear, no? Why we follow them, you know, whatever they do, because we get fear. If we wouldn't have fear, guess what's gonna happen?
Fear is the greatest weapon ever
Yeah,
that
and
ever
then
existed. Yeah.
and then there is a God in Christianity, and even show us the way. Look, he didn't fear, and they do all the bad stuff to him. So I cannot just throw it away. Of course, you know, the religion, because it's so much right. Yeah,
But it's good to talk about it as well. So it's good to talk about it.
but nobody is on this. Nobody is able to be proud enough to say, "I'm the chosen one." No, even if himself he was sweating blood, and you know, because he was scared. So no one is actually true Christian. They're just talking
Well,
rubbish.
the JEW, they say they're the chosen one. That's why they're doing what they're doing all over the planet. Welcome, Kyle. Kyle, welcome back. But yeah, the JEW, and I'm not gonna say more because I don't want this life to be ended. They say they're the chosen one. So yeah, come on, people, come on in, join in, CJ. Come on in, let's talk about
But that's
digital
what I'm
ID.
saying. That's what I'm saying, because you've been Christian. I don't know how long, but and you've been Muslim also, so you can know that.
I born into it, to be honest. When I say I
Because
born into it, most of the people, some of the people in my family was Christian, and they're still Christian. So they don't like the idea that I move on with my life, but I still need to move on with my life.
because I have a question, because to my knowledge, just this quick knowledge I have is that, okay, in the Quran I can see that God Himself gives the authority for protection. You know, if
Yes.
somebody attack you, you have authority from God Himself. You can protect yourself and do anything which is. And opposite Christianity, I understand the concept of Jesus and this and goodness and turn the other cheek, but then it's like you cannot defend yourself. You only have to wait for a miracle, or
Well, that miracle that people have been waiting for, I don't know if they will end up ever. Well, maybe some people say that miracle already happened to their life, but I'm not going to wait for any miracle to come and save me. You know what I mean? So I need to take action. Even if someone believes in God, I'm pretty sure that God don't want you to just sit there waiting for miracles to happen. You know?
yeah, that is the question. This is the question. You know, I purely like, you know, just the script itself, and I guess it's like basically like don't fear, and eventually true Christians will, you know, they will end like this. To my knowledge, it's basically like you are not able to do anything. Just basically knock on the door and say, "Please, can you change, please?" I said, "No, I'm not gonna change. Go away." Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're just gonna beg, like I can, you see. What if? Because I have as well a question before. I said, you know, this how can I say? You know, African people, they used to be in slavery, and I always ask, like, there were many of them. Why did they? If you know, if all of them unite, they could fight or something. Why didn't they fight? Maybe because they was true believers. They accept
Well,
whatever reality was there.
it's still Africa is, oh my days. People believe so much that they forget to even people. For example, slavery happening everywhere. I mean, they talk mostly about African slavery, but slavery happening everywhere. But people in Africa, when it comes to faith, oh my days, it's incredible. Sometimes you look at people, you think, I mean, I was there at some point in my life, right? And think, wow, what's the point in living the life if you're not going to be able to exploit your mind, if you're not going to be able to think for yourself a little bit, right? And it's not because people in Africa or other parts of the planet, they don't want to come together, But there's the African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, no enemy, outside, for example, will ever, which means that they had to use some Africans to infiltrate some Africans when all together you think you're all the same, but those Africans, they was taking information, they was taking all the secret and giving to the people who end up enslaving Africa, which is, we know the Vatican, we know the Jewish, and we know some Western countries, Western European countries, So, but yeah, people, there are always people who are trying to fight against it, but there's always enemy within, And when there's an enemy within, it's easy for people to fall down. For example, CJ, you had to ask a question about religion, right? So when you were following religion, you had enemy within. You was not able to question, you was not able to think for yourself because the enemy was within you. But the moment that you wake up and then you start fighting that enemy, start fighting the enemy, which was not easy to leave the religion and try and find another religion, right? You have to fight the enemy. If you find out the enemy in this case, you have to fight like yourself. You end up finding that enemy. You fought against the enemy. You left the religion. So if there's no enemy within, no enemy without will ever take control of you, of the people. It's unfortunate that slavery happened. It's still happening. But as I said, the slavery happening all over the planet. It's still happening all over the planet. But yeah, African slavery is that people talk the most about. But yeah, some people like us, we question why people have to go through that. But as you said as well, maybe they're the true believers. I cannot say that myself. Maybe they are true believers.
Yeah, because everything twists upside down. It's like, it's like maybe they believe everything happened. It's like how God wants. Then,
Exactly.
and we cannot defend ourselves. We don't want to kill. We don't want to be the evil ones. Maybe according to the Bible, I never read it, but if it's this way, then they was the true people. But they, of course, they were sufferers. They was getting everything bad to their families, everything, that is the hard pill to swallow.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. Like for us, me and you and other people, like we was able to conquer that enemy within. We was able to ask questions. We still asking questions. Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? I think more people need to come to that sense of asking questions, thinking for themselves. But like you say, it's really hard. It's not easy. Hence the reason why the question is always why? Why people have to suffer? Because religion tells them, yeah, you just need to bow down and keep accepting what's going on. It's the only way to live this life. Which is not, like we found out for ourselves when it comes to religion. It's not. That's not the way to just live the life. Without exploiting your mind. If you can't exploit the mind, to me, if I cannot exploit my mind, what's the reason for me to live this life?
Yeah, but I have to be as well super just and say, even if you reject religion, what's gonna change? Does the will corruption end? No.
No, exactly.
If you face it, which the book tell you anyway, you have to go face it. The fight will be there, so the death is promised anyway.
It is, yeah. We need to accept it.
So we have to go. That's what I'm saying. I have to do. I still just don't understand even Christians don't understand it. The predestination thing. It's like, why is the blaming then for the sin? But I have to read it myself. Have you ever read the whole book?
I won't say the whole book, but I read some of it, you know, but
Mm.
not all book. And then there's another example of life. What we're talking about, right? The flood didn't happen, right? And this gentleman and his family. Well, this is one of the biblical. Can't remember which chapter or the name of the biblical example. Um, Something happened, bad weather, right? This gentleman and his family, they managed to get into the loft, and then from the loft they managed to get to the roof of the house. And then this gentleman, all this time, was praying. He was telling his family, let's pray for God or God to come and save us from this flood happening. They kept praying, and while they're praying all that time, and the sea, I mean, the water level was coming up. There was people coming with boat trying to save people. However, this gentleman kept praying, and he kept saying, "No, I need to wait for God or God to come save us." Hence the reason why we're praying. And this gentleman family, they didn't care about praying that time. They cared about the help that was coming up. But he kept saying no to any help that came in. People coming by boats to save them. Until the water took over the entire building. While this gentleman's family were drowning, he started asking himself questions. He started asking questions to God or God. Why, God? Why? I've always been faithful to you. Why? Why will you allow this to happen to me and my family? And God said, I send a few people, I send a few sign to save you. But you refuse. Every time people came in to save you, every time the sign is there for you and your family to be safe, you refuse it. So this is one of the things that keep, CJ, like you said, why people are away. This is one of the things that people keep into their mind. For example, people in Africa, like you said, they keep this thing into their mind that prayers will work. So they will wait for God to take action and save them. Obviously, that's what the Bible, the Quran, any other religious book, the Torah, Talmud, and the religious book said. I think this is the reason why people are still sleeping, CJ, because they're still waiting for God or God to come save them. And we, in this life, for example, in life itself, some people with their life experience say, you can't save everybody. There's people with common sense and reality, and people with the life experience. I would say some of us, people like us, that we had to ask questions. Through those questions, we were able to come out and say, no, wait a minute. I need to go out there and seek for the right answer, if there's the right answer, right? So we liberate ourselves from the mindset, for the chain mind, for the mind with the chain, And it's the reason we're here, living our life, asking questions and trying to move on with our life, because we're not allowing people to tell us that the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran say this and that. So you need to follow and just obey. Even if you disappearing, you just need to follow. It's unfortunate that people are still going through this. And that's one of the main reasons why Africa is in the situation it is, because people are mentally blind. I'm not saying it to be negative. I was blind mentally. We are going to be mentally blind throughout our life, but with some life experience, waking up, we can be in the situation we are today. We are able to talk and ask questions. But people who still obeying the religion or the tribalism as well, because tribalism as well is included in that as well. People still gonna suffer. And unfortunately, that we can't do much. only people can wake. Only some people wake up. Only some people wake up. You can't save everybody. You know? But we need CJ. We need still asking. We still gonna ask questions, which is the best thing to do. I do apologize, everyone. I just kept talking. So, but yeah, people, come on in, share your idea. Sorry, CJ. Go ahead if you have anything else to say.
No, that's good. What happened to the guy who was praying? He got saved?
No, they died. Him and his family died.
And he as well?
Yeah, he died as well. While the water was taking over the building, he knew that he was going to die, and then start asking God question, why God, or God, why are you doing this to me and my family? Always been faithful to you, always pray. This is to say that the question you're asking, the people in Africa, they're still thinking about it because the religious book kept them thinking, somebody out there will come and save them. That's why Africa has been looted by the Western, by the Jewish, by the big corporation.
Yeah, then we have to start asking question if this is made up stories, bro, to control us.
Exactly.
Then,
so that gentleman that was praying for his family, for God to come save him, when he had people coming in with the boat to save him and his family, he kept refusing, waiting for God. That's what many people are going through in Africa. Mentally blindness.
Yeah, then I'm interested, because I know government, they, all these wars happen, they always look for something, and believe me, there wasn't biblical scriptures, it was some, I don't know, they have some knowledge, there is some connection to something. So, for example, you I don't know where you're from, but there is African traditions, and they believe there is in stars, connection with stars.
Nature, star, universe, it's a respect within, because we know we are connected. For example, if you look at the tree, right? Or if you look at plant, and for them, if you look some parts of if obviously there are pictures of our brain, there are similarity with the trees, and the way the trees look like, the way our brain look like. When you look at the stars, the universe, when you look at the Milky Way, some people, not just in Africa, Asia, Latin America, and Oceania, and those islands around Australia, we believe in the kind of similar things. The nature, we respect the nature, we respect the other living beings.
Yeah, I know. Native Americans also.
Yeah. I was born in this, I don't call it country, small area in West Africa. They call it Guinea-Bissau, right? It's Senegal, Mali, Guinea-Conakry, then you go Guinea-Bissau, a small region. I call it region, I don't call it Africa. So obviously some people, they're born there, they say, oh, why are you calling region? It's Africa. Why are you calling region is a country? But yeah, you mute yourself, CJ, I think you might be busy. But yeah, people, come on in, share your opinion, share your idea about digital ID. If it's a good idea, why do you think it's a good idea? If it's a bad idea, why do you think it's a bad idea? CJ was talking about, he said, we have a choice, we just need to refuse, and obviously there's other things we can do. So there's a good insight there.
So what about, do you believe in other entities that we don't see, spirits?
I would say so, yes, I do believe in spirit. Because, for example, we as so-called humans, right, we think or believe we are the only creatures, capable, or the only creature that exists. Obviously, we know the animals, the plant, everything else exists. But yeah, I do believe that there are living beings that we cannot see. But to explain to you, to show you, I don't know how to show you or explain to you properly. But yeah, I do believe they exist.
Yeah, I believe also. But yeah, of course, then, biblically, they said, well, who are they? But if it's false, then maybe they are something else.
They're probably listening to us now talking and giggling to each other.
Yeah, then, that's why, that's why I turn to religion, because I believe there must be something, sign from God, He didn't leave us like dogs. So that's why I still try to hold to it and read it myself, because then everything will be different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best thing to do. Exactly, the best thing to do. You bought the book, you just read it, and reading as well sometimes takes time. You know, sometimes we need to read and go back again and read again, to be able to understand. You know.
Yeah, because so far this is only one thing that I cannot understand, but I can see a lot of knowledge inside. There's a lot of knowledge, like no brother is same as brother, and your children is not same. There's a lot of knowledge inside,
Yeah, definitely. You'll find a lot of things that you think they're right things, and then you'll find something that are wrong things. You know, but you'll have to judge for yourself. You know, but reading, yeah, is the best thing you're doing now is reading. Because you say you bought Bible, right?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the.
Oh, you're still waiting, all right. But so, I was gonna say you could get free Bible if you could go to the local church. Obviously, if it's Christianity, then if you could go to a local church, you can definitely get free Bible. You don't need to pay for it. You don't need to buy a Bible.
Yeah, probably, or even I can read it online, But that's another, is to actually read it. Plus, it's not only a small book, Like for example, Quran is much more smaller than.
Yeah. Oh, Bible is gonna take you. It's gonna take you a long time, right? Probably you gotta read every single day. But obviously, like I said, when you read, you're not gonna understand exactly what you're reading. You'll have to go back to that verse. You're gonna have to go back to that chapter over and over again. And obviously, you need to do your research as well, to decipher what they're talking about.
Exactly,
yeah.
and then you have the apocrypha, the other scripts where, like Ethiopian, they have another
Khan,
books.
thank you. Jesus love you as well, Khan, bro. Thank you. Jesus love you.
Yeah, man.
Khan,
So
would you like to come in and talk to us, me and CJ, about digital ID? Or if you want to talk about Jesus, come on in, talk about Jesus, Come on in, give us your testimony about your belief in Jesus. Come on in, Khan, join us. Come on in,
yeah,
people, join us. Come on in, people, join us.
If he got some answers.
Yeah, well, he might. Yeah, exactly, he might do. So digital ID, people, every single one of us will be affected. So let's talk about it. What do you think about digital ID? And people, don't forget to tap on the screen. Show us some love. Don't forget to tap on the screen. Yeah, what do you think about digital ID, people? Do you think it's a good idea or bad idea? Khan, brother, thank you. We appreciate it as well. Thank you. If you want to come up, Khan, come on in. Our brother TJ, he ordered some Bible. Maybe if you have a life experience with Jesus, you could talk a little bit about your testimony. Talk about yourself. Why do you believe in Jesus? Oh, there we go. Good evening. I'm saying Khan, but is that the right thing to say? Khan, bro. Khan, is it Khan? Can you hear me? Oh yeah, Khan, yeah. So, brother, would you like to talk to us about Jesus? Because CJ is interested in listening to people with the life experience when it comes to religion. Khan might be busy, but thank you anyway for coming up, Khan. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for double tapping your screen. We appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget, keep double tapping on the screen, people. Double tap on the screen, show us some love, and share this live. Bring more people. Because digital ID will affect every single one of us. So let's talk about digital ID. Do you agree with digital ID? If you agree, why do you agree? Do you agree? Do you think it's the best thing? Why? If you don't agree with digital ID, why you don't agree? What do you think digital ID will do to us? The negative and positive thing about digital ID. Should we accept it or no? Do we have a choice or no? Stella, would you like to come up and speak about digital ID? Come on in, people. Come and speak about digital ID. And also, if you believe in Christianity, your opinion will be important because CJ is interested in knowing more about Christianity. And obviously, if you have a life experience with the religion, that will be great. Or even if you're just a follower, come on and share your testimony. Why do you believe in Jesus? Why do you believe in your God or God? I know I'm going off the subject of today, but it'll be helpful for CJ. So I
Yeah,
can't
that is
believe
the
that nobody
question.
knows. Yeah, so go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, that is the question. What can we do? You know, I as well. I'm attracted to the Native Americans. They seem to me like very peaceful people,
Yes,
and
indeed.
they have
And it's the reason why they've been suffering as well.
yeah, and they have their own prophecies, and they follow the calendar, which is actually Enoch calendar,
Yes.
same to
Which is still
biblical.
today, they say is the correct calendar.
Yeah, and you know they have as well. I heard prophecies like there will eventually come a time when people have to unite to do the change, or it will be even worse. So we can be in this situation.
And that's exactly what the 1% been doing. They've been dividing people. So they talk about coming together, but the 1%, they're dividing people. Divide, conquer. That's why people, one of the reasons people are suffering all over the planet. But yeah, the native, they talk about coming together. They talk about
But you know,
sharing.
to my small knowledge, it's like because I'm anti-capitalism. Now we think, you know, everything me, and
That's
this is not the way.
that's what how we're living in UK. It's not just America. This is a capitalist society. Some people think it's democratic society, but it's not.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I don't think it's a democratic country. It's a capitalist country. But America is worse when it comes to capitalism.
Even when you look at the hippies, when they take some drugs, I don't know, then they become very peaceful and they stop working. And I
Yeah,
see that
they
this
go
is,
into different universe.
yeah, and but I believe this is the first step. Like if all of us unite, we will have to stop. And then, you know, because you just think you are working or you're doing business, and this is, but is it not actually doing harm to others?
And we need that. We need to come together. For example, right now, it'll be a good idea to come together. But again, divide and conquer. People are divided. So it's
Yeah.
sad. Our life on the planet is sad because uh, we are fighting amongst each other. We are divided, and then that's one of the reasons why we're gonna have one world government. This digital ID is one of the begin. It's just it's just the beginning. Until people can come together, then things like this is still gonna happen.
Yeah, and another question is there any actually, how much can you fight, you know?
Well, exactly on your own, you can't fight much on your own. Because, for example, with this digital ID, when in by 2026, 2027, everything will be into this digital ID. If you're trying to fight on your own, you'll suffer. They'll cut everything. You're not going to be able to do anything. Even get food to eat, you're going to be begging people to help you with some food. You know?
Hmm.
But like you say, if people come together, things will change. Like, for example, what's happening in Nepal, what's happening in Madagascar is a good idea. But what's going to be the outcome? You know, they had to kick out the government. The government, the politician had to run. They left the country. So now we want the country to get better. We want them to have a better government to lead people. See, unity in Nepal and Madagascar. People was united.
So then we come to the conclusion that there is certain things you cannot buy for money,
Exactly.
which is love, brotherhood, community.
Exactly. That's why you say we have option. When I ask question about digital ID, you said we have option. An option is like community coming together. supporting each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, Khan, brother. I don't know. You might be busy, but come on in, talk to us. What do you think about digital ID? And also, you believe in Jesus, so it'll be good to come in and talk about your faith. And CJ, as I mentioned, CJ is looking for some answers from people who have experience in following
I, th-
Jesus.
I think he left.
He kept writing on the comment, but he's probably busy. So people, every single one of us, Carlo, would you like to come up, or someone's coming in?
Yo,
Hello, Carlo. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm alright, man.
Yeah, good. How was your day today?
It was okay, man. How was yours?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Thank you.
Digital
So
ID.
yeah, digital ID, Carlo. What do you think about it?
I think it's a good thing
Okay. Why do you think it's a good thing?
because there's a lot of people that don't have any ID in this country. A lot of people don't have a lot of passports in this country. They don't have a lot of ID. So I feel like if the government gives them an ID, then that will get them working.
All right. Yeah. So do you think that's the main reason why they bring in a digital ID?
Now I feel like the main reason is because they want more control over everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
but I feel like they already have the control. So like,
Oh, they do. They do. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like at the end of the day, they already have the control. So there's no point in like people going against this because the government already controls people. So I feel like I feel like people should just accept it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
So that's what the prime minister say. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But CJ was talking. Was giving that. He was saying that yes, we have a choice. The choice is coming together and say no,
Yeah.
and maybe.
But
Uh,
but the government's not going to listen though. They're not going to listen to. There's nothing you can do about it. Like
you're right.
no one can't do anything.
You're definitely right. They won't listen. They don't give a damn. So it's already here. So it's gonna happen. And also, oh yeah, Carlo just gone off. Maybe some error. Welcome back, Lily. Susan. I think you joined in, Susan or Suzanne. Sorry if I'm spelling your name wrong. Welcome, Lily. How are you doing today, Lily? Lily, do you know anything about digital ID? Susan or Suzanne, do you know anything about digital ID? Would you like to come in and share your idea? Carlo was doing well, but for some reason it's gone off. Mazir, do you know anything about digital ID? Would you like to come up and talk to us about digital ID, Mazir? Come on in, people. This is something that will affect all of us. Okay, I'm gonna play the Prime Minister again about digital ID.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
This government will make.
So, what do you think about digital ID, people? Come on in, let's talk about it. Every single one of us will have effect about it.
You
Yeah, go
said
ahead, CJ.
you got a business. So how will this affect you?
Well, with my business, I got a property management business. I'm just doing myself because it's a small company. I will have to, for example, if I need to employ someone, I'll need to vet them properly. When I say vet, I need to check their documentation properly, and when they need to submit the documents to prove who they are, my company will have to use company like YOTI ID. YOTI, I would say YOTI ID is a private company, UK private company working with the government. So if I'm trying to employ someone, they need to submit the document. They will have to either download YOTI or they'll need to download another private company working with the government digital ID app. From there, YOTI will send every detail. They'll be connected with my company, for example. And then every single detail sent by this employee to YOTI company will come to me as well. Then I'll be able to employ the people. So, and if you refuse to do so, if I'm employing someone, I'm not employing anyone. If I'm employing someone, I refuse to do so, my company will be affected, right? They will do everything they can to make me give up, or they'll just cancel my company, limit their company, I'll just cancel it until I accept what they're telling me to do.
So even if you accept, then so it sounds to me like they will need to do it, but how will this affect you personally? For example, can they, as a business owner, because there are certain businesses like they cannot see directly like about taxes. I don't know how certain people, they have different knowledge or how to pay less taxes than others.
There's accountant will do something like that. But if you're not an accountant, then your accountant will tell you there's something that you need to do. But obviously, if you're dealing with cash, it's different. Thank you, Mamadou Balde. Thank you for sending us some love. Thank you for tapping the screen. But yeah, CJ, if you refuse to work with your accountant in this case, then your accountant might just say he or she won't be able to do your account. But businesses, they're still taking money. Yes, they still got control of their tax. But most of the business nowadays, they're just asking you to just tap on your card. Only business, I would say, they're still taking cash or want only cash are takeaways. But yeah, as a company, I'm not employing nobody. But if my company grows, I decide to employ somebody, I will have to go through this, and they will have to go through it. And then obviously, if I refuse to do that, I'll be in trouble with my accountant. I wish we didn't have to go through this. Like you say, CJ, we have option if we come together. But the issue is we are not coming together, but they divide us. And then, like you said earlier on, if you're trying to fight yourself, they will cut your legs. When I say cut your legs, they will stop everything. They'll make your life so difficult. Let me just give you an example of someone, right? Nothing to do with digital ID, right? I got a friend. He's a successful friend. He got his property management company, but he does it in different ways. For him, he can do tiling, he can paint. He's a gas engineer. He deals with electricity. He got a certificate to do all of that, right? But this guy was having some issue at home with his kids. Obviously, kids following what they tell them in school and stuff like that, because they need to have the right. As a parent, you can't say nothing to them, right? But as a father, you're trying to educate still, and these kids are ringing police and social service and telling the school and lying to them, only because the kids, they want to be free to be on laptop, be awake all night long. And then when it's time to wake up in the morning, dad need to wake them up because they won't wake up to go to school. And then if they don't go to school, who's going to be in trouble? Dad, right? So because of many lies, things start happening with this guy, this brother, to the point that they stop him somewhere while he was driving his van to go to work. And then they point this and that. Because sometimes when they come for you, even if you practice and train yourself, to defend yourself verbally, through the books, through the law. They'll always find excuses, and they'll sometimes they'll bring when they need to, when they want you, they'll bring excuses that even if you refuse, they'll just still go through it. They'll implement it. He lost his license for some time. They took his license for 1 year. They destabilized his business, CJ. He couldn't do work. He couldn't do any tiling, any painting, any gas work, any electricity work or electric work. For 1 year, he couldn't do anything. So, but yeah, I agree with you, CJ. We can still fight against if we come together, but I don't know. I don't see that happening because people are divided. But yeah, people, what do you think about digital ID? Come on in, people. Come on in. Talk to us. Sorry, CJ. I was just talking.
Yeah, as you said, it's no escape, because even if you do your own taxes, you do everything your own. You still, for example, you want to take a business loan, you will have to still need to do, I guess,
Yes.
same thing. And even I read the comment, even apparently in Kuwait, they already have it 1 year. And as you said, they freeze their accounts, driving license, passports, everything froze, so you can do nothing.
Yeah. So some countries, yeah. Basically, you don't have anything, with digital ID. You can't do anything. You can't. I mean, some part of the planet you can still do. Some part of the planet. There's one of, like when you said there's a solution. Some people that have financial. Some people who are financial free, or let's say that when it comes to cash, they are in the good position. Some of these people, one of the things they're doing is investing overseas in countries where they're not doing this digital ID, and also countries where cash is the king still. Like you say, CJ, solution. One of the solutions that some people talking about is moving abroad, moving somewhere else, and opening a business, or buying properties, so they can be able to live their life as normal. But yeah, but I wish that we could come together. I wish we could come together and then fight against some things that they're trying to force on people.
Yeah, I look to the law before as well, and find out it's no escape.
Yeah, it's and also obviously there are some people who are still fighting against it. Like, for example, people who work within the government itself, or the private companies doing all these things on the back of people, behind people. But also sometimes we don't know these people. Some of the people are suffering because they find out they're trying to tell us the truth. How can we, escape? How can we deny things? And when we deny, what we should do. But some of these people, they're suffering, but we don't know about it. And some of these people, they come in and talk about different things, giving us idea. They're suffering. They're going through a lot. They're being punished.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Assalamu alaikum, Andressa. Welcome to this live, man, co-host. But I agree with you, CJ. We have option. One of the option is obviously refusing it, just not refusing individually, but as a group. But another thing is that people who have money investing overseas, so they can just travel back and forth, and then they don't need to worry if things become really bad. For example, in England, UK, they can just move out, and then they will have their business, they will have their properties. They're still going to live their life as normal. Yeah, we got more people watching this live. Can you please come in, guys? Come on in, talk about this digital ID. Come on in, share your opinion about digital ID. Do you think it's a good thing? If it's this, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, why it's not a good idea? Or if you think that we have option, why do you think we have option? What option do we have? CJ spoke about some of it. I just mentioned that some people said that with some money, or some people borrowing money investing overseas.
I didn't know that in Madagascar.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I didn't know Madagascar done the same as Nepal.
Yeah, For example, I have investment overseas, but it's not investment yet because it's just something tangible. They're just there. I'm talking about land in this case. Uh, this is one of the ways. One of the investment people can do overseas, but it'll depend where. You know, if you would trust doing so overseas in the place you choose to do so. But a lot of people invest overseas. For example, a lot of people in English people investing overseas all over because they are mentally awakened. You know, they're not just waiting for government to
I
tell them what
still
to
I
do.
still find out this is the capitalist people, who say me, and but even if something gonna happen, then I guess even the money will not save them because the poor ones who need to feed themselves, where would they go if they are starving?
Yeah, they'll be begging.
Yeah, or breaking doors.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things that happening quite a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like I guess the money is not, again me, capital. I'm going to a different city, and I will, all the money is. I don't think this is the right way. But who knows?
Yeah. Come on in, people. Come on in, join us. Join me and CJ. Come on in, people. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Is it a good idea or bad idea? If it's a good idea, why? If it's a bad idea, why? Or do you think we have options? Which options are there? Come on, people. Come on in. Join in. Join in. Share your opinion about digital ID. Because every single one of us will be affected by it. So let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what kind of option there might be out there so people can take action.
So because again, you said you're dealing with properties. For example, if you're renting some houses, then what happens if some family, they don't have money, some struggle coming and.
Well, there's a law. You can't just kick someone out. There's an article that you can't just kick someone out. But when things like this happen, you need to be patient. You're gonna lose your money. You're gonna lose money. For example, what I'm dealing with, CJ, is HMO, which is house of multiple occupation. For example, you can have a house with 4 bedroom, right? You can rent each room. That's including like 4 bedroom. We're talking about dining room, living room, each as a bedroom. And then also, if you have a kitchen, you can turn the kitchen into communal area where people can sit down, have the dinner, have the lunch, or lunch. But that's what I'm dealing with. If someone don't have money to pay, there's agreement. There's a tenancy agreement when it comes to short term. Because household multiple occupation HMO is just short term stay. It's like staying in a hotel, right? So if people not paying, you'll have right to ask them to leave. But when you share just one property, like one family, so it can be difficult. If they can't pay the rent, you're gonna have to go to court. Sometimes it can take a year for the decision to be made. And meantime, if you have mortgage to pay, you're gonna be losing money.
Yeah. Yeah, all the system is like that.
But we would love to hear some people coming in, people with life experience, like to answer this question. What kind of solutions, what they're using, how they're working, to avoid all these things. Come on in, people. Join in, Lil. Come on in, Lil. Join in. Let's talk about Lil. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Come on, people. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Welcome back, Omar.
Free of charge digital ID. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I got a pretty different view of life maybe than most of people I met. It's like different. But for people to, because if I say it sounds extreme, everything my views. But just look at the AI. There's I don't know I saw the video yesterday. I said, yeah, that's what I see. Same. Once the AI, because this will change. I don't know, in 50 years it will be a different level. And once he saw us, who we truly are, what's gonna happen? Like in the movies, they will see
Yeah, I
us.
think
We are the virus.
I think AI already creating their own brain like human brain.
Yeah,
And I
but then
see,
eventually they will see that the human beings are the virus.
oh yeah, because there's some videos about AI, communicating with each other, talking to each other. That's crazy. Someone put two mobile phones together. There was two AI communicating, and then they was talking about how can they, get rid of humans, and then
Yeah, but
exist.
think about it. These movies about robots, like Will Smith before, I believe same. Like people, they don't understand it, but because I can see that I have different view than everybody. I'm extreme, whatever. But just look at it. Like if once the AI is that smart and he figure it out that, and maybe who knows, there will be robots and like soldiers and everything. And once they realize that the true virus is human beings, it's finished.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think we have stuff like that that exists, or a military role exists, and
Yeah, I saw the video the other day. Like some smart people say, like if it's changed, they already predicted like it will change from AI to something else, something else, and eventually it will be so smart and it will, yeah. And then me from the extreme view is that yeah, that's I see it as a positive because to achieve peace, like everybody want to achieve peace, there need to be trauma.
oh yeah.
So
Like
everything have
today,
a
I saw this video today. Uh, I saw this video today. Someone was doing delivery for this company, but I think it happened in America. So he came in with this robot and took out the vehicle and sent the robot to this door to deliver some package. And he stood there waiting. I'm thinking, wow, this guy lost his job already, but he just stood there, watching. I mean, just stood there to witness himself losing the job. At some point, you won't even. They won't. You won't even. I mean, you won't even need to send someone with a robot to do delivery. They will just go and do it themselves. You know. So what's gonna happen to us? I don't know. I think I mean, as we know, that the main idea is they have one government, and so they can control everything.
yeah. That's why I reflect this. If somewhere is true, needs to be in the Bible, man. Because the prophecies, beginnings, and it makes sense. Like you can only fight so much, and then you see Jesus when he actually show us. Like yeah, go towards it, but accept that it will end up like
Oh,
this.
yeah. Come on in, people. Come on in, people. Digital ID will affect every single one of us. So come on in, talk to us. Share an idea about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If so, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, if so, why not? Or if you think that we have solution, what's the solution? Or are we doomed to fail? So one world order, one world order is coming. I mean, it's already here. So come on, people, join us. Join me and CJ.
When you think about it, then what is the point even to have a children, you know?
Yeah.
When you know that they will only suffer.
Come on in, people. Talk to us. Me and CJ. Come on in. I can't believe nobody else heard about digital ID. Nobody want to talk about digital ID. Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's talk about digital ID, people. But yeah, CJ, yeah, I will advise you to do more research about this digital ID because it's a good idea to know about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
T, come on in, talk to us. Sorry, TJ. Yeah, T, yeah, you think it's a good idea. You love the idea of digital ID. Come on in, T, talk to us. Come on in, T, tell us why do you think it's a good idea? Why do you love it? I appreciate you commenting, T, but come on in.
And let's not forget that, you know, even the money cannot save us, because if you talk about the corruption, look at the pollution, look at the food, the water. It's like no way to escape in. It's any
Yes,
amount.
is at the moment. I mean, for the way we see things going, it's going to be difficult to escape. Like I said, the only way to escape is to leave and go invest somewhere and live life somewhere. You can always come back and go, come back and go. So
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if it's in the Bible, like this chosen ones was hiding themselves, maybe.
probably,
I don't,
yeah,
because if you
probably.
cannot fight, then maybe just hide.
Yeah, T, come on in, talk to us. Me and CJ. You say you love the idea about digital ID. Come on in, talk to us about it. Why do you love the idea of digital ID? We need to know good things about it, what you love about it. Well, no personal information should be shared. Well, T, once this live finish, then it's finished. Sometime I will just put small highlight of live. That's it. But yeah, but I got you. See what I mean, CJ? T just said my personal information should be shared. So you love the idea that his personal information should be shared, and he loved the idea of digital ID. So we need him to come in and talk about it.
You
Come on in,
like your
people.
personal ID?
Sorry, yeah.
You like your info as well shared?
No, I don't. I don't want it. I don't want digital ID, but I don't have a choice. The only choice to leave.
Yeah, but
You know,
where?
also as a company owner, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like the idea.
Like, which country would you go to?
I mean, you got Africa is massive. You got, Asia is massive. You got South America is massive, and you got islands as well around Australia. You got Papua New Guinea. You got Maui. I mean, you got many other places on the planet you can move to. You know, some of us that don't mind to travel, we got option. You know, but yeah, Africa or Latin America or Asia, we got option. MPL, welcome to this life. But yeah, CJ, like you say, I agree with you. There should be a solution. We have a solution. Solution is coming together. However, we need people to come in and share more idea about the solution. But yeah, I will definitely move either to Africa or Asia or Latin America or some islands.
Hmm.
But yeah, but also people who normally invest, they normally invest overseas as well. So it won't be an issue for them because some people have like 2, 3, 4 passports. In some countries, if you invest X amount, right, for example, £100,000 or $100,000, they can give you residence because you're investing within that country. You are employing people. So, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I used to look at it international law, and still,
All
it's
right,
still corrupt.
that's a good thing. Yeah, I
It's
did
still
business
corrupt,
myself. I did business and human resource management.
It's still like, they still control everything.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Plus,
Come
some
on in,
fine.
people.
You can eventually, if you understand even the law, if you know fully your rights, then you will still end up on the news and being called.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because where does he go? You see, it's like Jesus' way, but then you will suffer badly, and then there must be justice somewhere after all. You can only fight so much. You will not, win over everyone. And it's only Jesus' way. I see. Look at people; they always try to help. Even the flotilla towards the Gaza, they stop them, and this. It's always. I'm
Yeah.
tired of this, man.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that we have people with courage. There are always people going to be some people trying to defy, this order, trying to defy what's going on, which is a good thing. And yeah, we should have people that are willing to fight against. Come on in, people. Join me and join us.
Do you have a wife or girlfriend?
I'm seeing someone. Yes, I'm seeing someone, and but I don't have a kid yet. So
See, for me, I'm kind of different. I have different views than others. I said, look, even if because I don't see any future, in this. If you look at the system and law, and I don't kind of see any future. But so even if I have maybe wife, she would have to be maybe from, I don't know, Palestine or Congo, or somewhere where she know what is real struggle. Because this woman here, it will be your enemy. She she don't know what. If you get me, it's like it's nice, but eventually, if there is some issues, she will be against you.
oh yeah, I mean the system is there not for us, men. Yeah, the system is not for us, and but yeah, you're right. You need to see for yourself and think for yourself and look and see, where and women, the type of women you'll be dealing with. I think the same thing goes with women. Women need to know which kind of men she's dealing with. So some people say you need to find the right one, So
Yeah.
come on in, people. Join me and CJ. Let's talk about digital ID. I know some people are scared of it. They're still trying to refuse the idea of digital ID, but you don't have a choice. We need to talk about it. Talking, maybe there can be a solutions. Okay. Come on, people, join us. Come on, people, join me and CJ. Let's talk about digital ID. Nobody will escape it, so let's talk about it.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out.
Lollipop,
you will
come on
not
in.
be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
Darius, come on
It's
in,
as
Darius.
simple as that.
Let's talk
This
about digital
government
ID.
will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end.
CJ, bro, I appreciate your time, brother. Thank you so much. And have a good evening. Thank you, CJ, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. Darius, come on in. Let's talk. Stuart, come on in. Let's talk about digital ID.
Of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Come on, people. Do you believe in digital ID? Do you think it's a good choice? Why is it a good choice? If you don't think it's a good choice, why don't you think it's not a good choice? If you think there's a solution, what's the solution? Share your opinion. Come on, talk. Let's talk, people. Let's talk. Don't be scared to talk about it, because we need to talk about it, because we're all going to be affected by it.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory.
Peter, come on in, Peter. Would you like to talk about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? Why do you think it's a good idea? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's any solution? Come on in, Peter.
A new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
Come on in, people. Let's talk
It's
about
as
digital
simple
ID.
as that.
Peter, come on in.
This government will make
Let's
a
talk
new
about
free
digital
of charge
ID.
digital ID
Do you think it's a good
mandatory
idea?
for
If
the
so,
right to
why?
work by the end of this parliament.
If you don't think it's a good idea, why
Let me
not?
spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID
Football Factory. Would you like to come up and talk to us about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If you think it's a good idea, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's a solution for us? Do you think there's a solution for us? Come on in, Football Factory. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk, people. We need to talk. Let's talk about digital ID, people. What do you think about digital ID, people? Let's talk about digital ID, people. What do you think? Come on in, people. Let's talk about it. All of us will be affected by it anyway, so we need to talk about it. whether we want to talk about it or not, it will happen. So let's talk about. Let's share our idea, opinion about digital ID. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's a good thing? If you think so, why do you think it's a good idea? Come on in, people. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If so, why do you think it's a good idea? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Come on in, people. Let's talk. We need to talk about it, whether we like it or not, because we all going to be affected by it. Come on in, people. Let's talk about digital ID. We must talk about it. We need to talk about it. Do you think it's a good idea? If so, why do you think it's a good idea? And if you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Come on, people. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about this digital ID, people? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about digital ID, people. Let's share idea about digital ID. Why do you think digital ID is a good idea? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? And then do you think there's any solution? Come on in, people. Let's talk about digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If you think so, why? If you don't think it's good, if you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Come on in, people. Let's talk about it. We need to talk about it. We must talk about it. Come on in, people. Let's talk about it. Digital ID. We can't escape from it. Come on in, people. Let's talk about digital ID.
For the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
Thank you, Andressa.
It's as
Thank you.
simple as that.
Our call.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work.
Thank you, Andressa. Our call. Thank you. Thank you.
By the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This
Garib, would you like to talk about digital ID? What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If you think so, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's any solution? Come on in, Garib. Let's talk about digital ID. Thank you so much to everyone that came up early on and gave their opinion about digital ID. Thank you, people. Come on in, Garib.
Will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID.
Welcome, Vitantonia. Vitantonia, do you know anything about digital ID? If you do so, what do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea? If you think it's a good idea, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's any solution? Vitantonia Net, come on in. Talk to us.
ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government.
JNA, would you like to come and talk about digital ID? If you think it's a good idea, why do you think it's a good idea? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's any solution? JNA, come on in, talk to us. We appreciate every single person that came up early on. Thank you so much for your time. CJ, have a good evening, mate. But yeah, people, come on in. Let's talk about digital ID.
ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out.
Come on in, people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about digital ID, people.
Work in the kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work. If you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. you will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out.
Thank you,
You will
Andressa.
not
Thank
be
you.
able to work in the
Thank you,
United
our
Kingdom
co-host,
if you do not
Andressa.
have digital ID.
We'll be logging
It's
off
as
in
simple as
less
that.
than 7 minutes.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID
Thank you,
mandatory
Andressa. Thank you.
for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory. By the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out.
Yeah, come on in, people. Let's speak about digital ID. Digital ID. What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? If so, yes. If yes, why? If you don't think it's a good idea, why not? Do you think there's a solution? So I'll be ending this live in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Yeah, what do you think about digital ID? What do you think about digital ID? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? If you think it's a good idea, why do you think it's a good idea? And if you think it's a bad idea, why do you think so? Do you think that we have a solution? If so, what kind of solution do you think we have? Come on, share with us. But we're ending live in less than 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes, we will end this live. And we might be back again tonight, to be honest. We might be back again later. Yeah, we might be back again today with the same subject about digital ID. That's if people will be interested in talk about it. But we appreciate every single person that came in early on and spoke about digital ID. Why do you think? So far, most of the people say that yes, they will trust digital ID. They agree with digital ID. But thank you so much, every single one of you, for coming in to Learning Psychomedia 24/7. So I'm gonna go off now. I might be back again later tonight because sometimes there are people online late in the morning talking about different things. But yeah, thank you for coming up to Learning Psychomedia 24/7 to share your opinion about digital ID. Thank you so much. We see you all later.